Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are good. I hope you guys have been enjoying the peaceful rains that we have received. I hope your families are safe, especially in the coastal areas. If you've got relatives or families that are residing in the coastal areas, or if you yourself are residing in the coastal areas where there's been a lot of flooding, a lot of uh, flooding happening in those areas. I hope you're safe, and I hope your loved ones are also safe and well and good. So with the resumption of there were two PSL fixtures that took place yesterday, last night. One being between Kaizer Chiefs taking on Babina Nogo Sikukune United at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. Remember, bear in mind this is their second home game that they did play out of many home games that they will be playing at Moses Mabhida Stadium. Remember, bear in mind, Kaizer Chiefs' first home game of the season was played at Moses Mabhida Stadium against Chippa United, which resulted in a goalless draw. So this was their second home game of the season that took place at Moses Mabhida Stadium. And then obviously the other game being between log leaders Mamelodi Sundowns taking on Stellenbosch FC at the Lucas Masterpieces Moripe Stadium in Pretoria. Um, First things first, there was a lot of groundbreaking records. There was a lot of action-packed fixtures. Both of those fixtures were full of action. A lot of goal mouth action-packed and record-breaking milestones in both those games. So I would like us to start with the game that took place between Kaizer Chiefs and Sikukune United. So going into this game, as I mentioned before, both these teams have had a 50% ratio over one another over the past few games that they have taken on each other. Remember, bear in mind, before this game, both these teams have played against each other on four occasions. Both teams winning two each, so which is a 50-50. We all know for a fact that going into this game, Kaizer Chiefs, it was a must-win game for them after slumping to back-to-back defeats in the league and the cup. So it was a time for them to heal their wounds and get over the fact that they were dumped out unfairly in the cup game against Mamelodi Sundowns. So going into this game, Kaizer Chiefs made a few changes. We saw Christian Saile coming in for Teboho Botsani, as well as we also saw a change of fortune in the midfield. We saw there were no changes in the midfield. It was still the same. Castillo, Yusuf Mat, as well as Leton Nolomato. We only saw changes in defense. At Milson Dove starting his first game of the season, as well as Njabulo Ngobo coming in for Kevin Msimango at centre back. So going into this game, Chiefs were pretty much dominant in the first 20 minutes of the game. We saw Ashley Dupuis force the save out of the goalkeeper of Sikukune United, as well as we saw Castillo intercepting play. Whereas you would assume that it would have been much more suitable had he passed the ball instead of going for goal himself, because there were a lot of Kaizer Chiefs players that were also in the box during that time when Castillo had the opportunity. He did well to intercept the ball, but I think that was a bit of selfish play from him. He should have at least crossed the ball. I think Saile was in a much better position, including Pule Modi and Ashley Dupuis. They were all in better positions to score a goal, but Castillo decided to go for the audacious chip over the goalkeeper, which unfortunately backfired. You would also be worried about the fact that those missed opportunities perhaps would come back to bite Chiefs, because opportunities like that are chances that you often have to take. You really need to take if you're out to compete for honors, especially in the league. But right now, we know Mamelodi Sundowns are pretty much runaway leaders. So basically, Chiefs, for Ahmad Kosi, they just need to focus on clinching silverware in the cup tournaments, such as the Cunning Black Label Knockout Cup and the Nedbank Cup. So those are basically the only options that they have left in terms of clinching silverware in the 2023-2024 season. So Sikukune took the lead in the dying minutes of the first half. Uh, after Yusuf Mat was dispossessed in possession, he was dispossessed in the midfield, and they were heavily punished for that. Thanks to um, Elias Mukwana, Elias Mukwana, midfielder of Sekhukhune United, put them ahead in the dying minutes of the first half. That was his first goal of the season. To bear in mind. So Chiefs were punished for that mistake that was made in the midfield after Yusuf Mat was dispossessed by his fellow number 8, Jamie Wilmer, who actually did have a decent game. He was also very lively for Sikukune in the first half, as well as also the veteran Kamohelo Mupoto. Um, and then Chiefs, obviously, they did bounce back in the second half, thanks to Castillo, who made up for that missed chance that he had in the first half, as he was set up by Ashley Dupree. Again, it was a good. Um, Chiefs were did well by winning back the ball in the dangerous area. William Modi won the possession and took a shot, which took a ricochet of the Sekhukhune United defender, and then which fell for Ashley Dupree. You could tell that Ashley Dupree was going for goal. He wanted to go for power, but it was Castillo was just in the right place at the right position, and he was just at the right place at the right time, and for him to actually redirect the ball towards goal and actually find the back of the net, which would be the equalizer for the Chiefs in the 53rd minute of the game. From that point onwards, we Chiefs were rampant. They went on to dominate the game, creating wonderful chances. It was a great performance from them. We saw also Sibungi Senimtet, former Stellenbosch midfielder, making his debut for the Chiefs, wearing the number 5 jersey, which was previously worn by Amohelo Matatsi, who has soon gone on to depart Amakosi in the previous few weeks before the signing of Sibongi Senimteto. Then we saw Kaizer Chiefs did get the winning goal in the 76th minute thanks to Edmilson Tobe. What a return for him after a long injury layoff. He was set up with a beautiful cross by right back Reef Frosner. Beautiful cross to find the Mozambican left back who pounced on for Kaizer Chiefs to secure 2-1 victory for them. And bear in mind, this is the first time this season that Amakosi have come from behind to clinch all 3 points. Remember, in every game where Kaizer Chiefs have conceded first, they've gone on to lose all their games. Starting with the first game where they lost against Mamelodi Sundowns, they went behind and then they went on to lose that game by 2 goals to 1, as well as against TS Galaxy, which was their second league defeat of the season. They conceded first and they went on to lose that game 1-0, as well as the game against Supersport. They conceded early in the first half. They conceded in 2 minutes and they went on to lose their game. So this was the first time that the Chiefs were able to secure all maximum 3 points after coming from a goal behind. This does give Kaizer Chiefs a major boost. It's their first game. It's their first victory in 4 matches since the international break. As they were held to a goalless draw by Royal AM at home, as well as they lost to Supersport United in that other game, and then they lost in the cup game. So this was their first victory in 4 matches. So kudos to Kaizer Chiefs, and hopefully they can build up with the momentum going from this point onwards. The victory sends Kaizer Chiefs to 5th position in the league with 11 points after 8 games. Pretty much impressive, but remember now there are other teams that are language below them that have a few games in hand, like Morocco Solos. Morocco Solos has got 2 games in hand. They played 2 less games than Kaizer Chiefs. So from this point onwards, um, in order for Kaizer Chiefs to finish in a decent position in the league standings, they are required to continue winning as many games as they can. They cannot afford to drop points. Well, going into the next game that took place between Mamelodi Sundowns and Stellenbosch FC. Mamelodi Sundowns just recently broke the record for being the team with the longest unbeaten run in the history of the PSL. Um, they remain undefeated in 32 games, 32 league games. Uh, so congratulations to Coach Ronani and his brothers. Congratulations to the Mutsipa family. Congratulations to the players, the technical team, the fans, everybody that's involved in the Mamelodi Sundowns team. Congratulations to them. They came from behind after Stellenbosch took the lead in the 13th minute, thanks to David Titus. But Mamelodi Sundowns did bounce back after Brian Kekana scored a wonderful goal after being set up by Bongadi Zungu. And then we saw Aubrey Madiba score a wonderful free kick to put the Brazilians ahead 2-1 before the halftime break. And then pretty surely they set up Sizwe Mapena, 16-year-old Sizwe Mapena, secure victory, unselfishly so. Yeah, unselfishly so. So kudos to Mamelodi Sundowns. In their runaway leaders, this is their time, and they still going to take the lead. They're the lead again because they've maintained their 100% record so far this season, winning 8 out of 8. So kudos to Mamelodi Sundowns, and sky's the limit. We'll be in touch pretty much soon as we also start our build-up for the MTN 8 final, which will take place on the 7th of October at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. Stay tuned for more. Cheers.
Michael Museme ntse le monna ya ntse ithuta a tswela pele tse di tla bua a re a tswela pele ka papadina ka namletsa phala Brennan Patterson Frostland Ngobo di tlhokwe Dove Matlo Castillo Marta Moti Dupre Asile batla jare tabelo tsa di milioni tse ngata fela tsa batshetsi ba latedi ba rati ba maremo pie chipwapwa katoso mapocha mkize mokocho wepa palwa o Yesu mokwana ke bona mana tlatsa tabelo sa bana ka bana has kukuni ke fitletse ga skudi ka mokebelo mothemotle ba ka setla holo ka botšhabela ba yona ka bane Limpopo ha re tsaya poto ba mona mothemotle ka mo ka tubatsi dumelang ka mo ka Pegas Sport ke le dumeditse pamseltso ke bona ha mona tshwang ha mona tskilona a hlopa sa Kaizer Chiefs ha le skukuni mothemotle ba furaletse sitsi sa mabenkele sa motse wa Durban kwele ka banana na ebe tla motle e ka mekolonyane ka borwa ho yona ka mona Moses Mabhida Stadium number 44 Isaiah Ntangase Road ke bo leteta tsa ka tsone mothemotle ama khosi ya mane bona sweet my fohlo sa bona ka mona ke kena ke tsama ya kokota ntwana ya mo tatsa nga manshosolo za mail stimela sa semalahleni a kena ka mane ke manshosolo za mail arba nna ke bona le tshwara tsameng lo tsala pele ka mra ka mane bana ba yona ka mona le yona skukuni ba bankela bona bonolo ke na makhosi a mahle o tla ra monna fa motho bola hana mofa hana umfa bo intsele bole kotsi o re imletsa phala raka bantu pre itwali ba fatse fela mothemotle wa hlobe le papala hantle Dupre matsatsing ana mothemotle hlaba dintlha tsa makhosi le nyele thiba mraka mane Patra Sangare a re ke a bona kutlwetse thatwana ditlhopha kera ka mraka mane mona twa iketse tsa kena ka mane Phule Modi ya tatamala lo palla ntshwane o tlola mo harwa le bala wa bitsa Dove ka motsio tswa kwana kena fela tswala makhosi ya matla bea bolo hara ka mraka mane ba le susumtlo le khaya den har mo tlaetsa ngabo anka bolo bitsa motho a re tlotlo mpona dai se nya ntwena makhosi ya kena ke okot fa motho bolo hana mufa abatla hela itlamela hantle tona hlabantla ona sa fe motho mo kana fela jol ka makhosi a matle bole kotsi hara ka mroka mana Patra Sangare ntolo go le ba gata the Puke Makwati monna ke le ba pala hlopeng sa mroka Swallows ha tlo mo ba hlopeng sa makhosi yena ka mane Puke Makwati ntolo go le magatla ba mo ratang le ba mmitsa fela ba re ke koloi ba mo tshetsang ba tsamang le ena ba papalena matsamanteng ba tebukelana matebukelang teng ba re ke koloi ba gata ntolo mpenya ba wepa ba boletelelo hisu bona amuthiba ba mo loka ina pauti opa so one touch two men hizo ona tsule hantle should have taken a shot ona mo so wena ndate KK nana Lintswane Kerbone wepa hlopeng sa Swallows ineli emu wa batshepwa e le kannete ba ne ba tshepue kannete yena nana le tswa goal yet again Kaizer Chiefs at the post of Kamani. Second ball kapa third ball e bulang Kaizer Chiefs Misusiao Katela ia nako eketse ya nako Yesu bona se buanga sona ke nako tse kotsi tsena tsa latlhelwa ke bolo hamona tishwang ukwana hlaba uthware fa amufa na amune kyota hana ka bolo kamrao kamani esikukuni hana ka bolo kamrao kamani esikukuni fagile amasango mntanam valiwa masango mntanam Gerbone Mafotlosa I laugh matsatsi a tsolo ke matsatsi a monate ho jwa ntho tse montawe o heba ka nama e ditaku jale ke tshepa o hlabile ngata tsatsing di nama bisa harbon bona kotsi bona goal it's a shoot Super Papa Castillo koloi ya bakhatla ntolo koloi ya bakhatla ai bona tabena hore tla itatile aibe o tla etsang ka ona phaka hloho coming from behind all the time yena kaman Castillo le mohlamonena o hlabile ntlafen stadium ahlamo mahlanteng bone kotsi ya makhosi hana ka mrao ka bane yona Sekhukhune bantsha Castillo le Marti ile ke rutlotswa le ketes ke bone Marti ka rwatswa Chivaviro watswa Saile watswa ba kenya kamane Chivaviro wa kena Saile watswa ukena kamane Sibongiseni Mthethwa nyambo somkhulu Jobe Khalma vela ka dingiswa nkonyana Nkosi Mageza ngobisi abamshini wabelungu uyakamuthiyo swakwana aritotompono kena fela jol kamana makhosi una wara wakhama philiti hayi ukuthi ba building uthi 321 ka Radebe yone
upswinging delivery as well, Mets. Stuart Matlow's struck the woodwork. Very close to opening his Chiefs account. Now Dube! Chiefs come from behind to lead. And Edmilson Dube on his return to the starting 11 has put his side in front.
We spoke earlier about playing against a team like Sekhukhune that defends in the low block. You need to be able to use the set pieces correctly. They haven't had good deliveries inside the box. The first good delivery inside the box, there you see Maklo hitting the upright, and the second ball finds Dove inside the midfield, inside the box.
On fifth, that's a thumping hit.
Sekhukhune is still unable to defend, to be able to clear the lines, and Kaizer Chiefs are finding those second balls very fruitful for them. We've seen a couple of players taking shots outside the box from the second play.
Brother was here at home. Andre de Jong, only one man in the box for him. Rivaldo could see cool under pressure. So he's featured in all Stelly's games. Out at there could be a chance here for de Jong! And a chance here! Oh! And he finished it! It's Devin Titus that makes the breakthrough! Devin Titus taking advantage of some good work as well, and Ray Peterson in his very first appearance of the season, has conceded. What a start for Stellies.
We mentioned how dangerous De Jong could be. He set up the opportunity. Good save there from Peter Server. Devon Titus, the danger man, on hand to get his first league goal of the season.
Yep, his first of the campaign, Devon Titus. Here, Zungu now looking to spray the passes, appealing for offside, and it was given by the far side assistant. Looking for the return ball. The referee sees a handball against Masego there. Only his fourth start. Oh, okay, Mkaba with the high risk stuff. I think he had to. Ball from Rivaldo Coetzee. That's a good looking ball. Good connection. Dranke kind of unable to keep it down there.
And that was an excellent ball played in there from just a small dink there from Modiba.
Game they came from behind as the shot was coming in. The good one, another good set piece. This one has stayed in and somehow it's found its way in. And they have the equalizer through Grant Kekana, getting his second of the season from the tightest of angles. And Stellies will be very disappointed with how they conceded there. Well taken corner though, must be said. Took that corner well, did Modiba. And Grant Kekana making something out of nothing.
From an acute angle there, Grant Kekana. Modiba aiming for the near post there. Coetzee gets it.
That's going to be a caution. That's going to be a caution. And really Spande left the ref with no choice there. A very clear trip. Notable Homokwena tonight. That's a great one! Oh, struck that well. As soon as he put that on target, Stevens was in trouble. It's another one for the collection for Aubrey Modiba. No Mokwena, no problem from a set piece. And normal order has been restored.
No chance for Sage Stevens there. It was Modiba that got brought down for the free kick. He got up and over the wall. A nice distance there. Excellent, well taken free kick there from Modiba.
Sage Stevens had no chance. Sundowns have come from behind ground really. Masego looking for the cutback. Oh, Ndaba! Oh, great save from Sage Stevens. Suicidal defending there by Ndaba. Uncharacteristic for him. Played it straight back into play. Have a look at what happens here.
Yeah. Cut back there.
Whoa, could have been Sundowns trying to clear their lines here. Looking for a ball into the middle, excellently done by Bongani. But does the job. It's been another. Oh, Shalulile so generously passes it on to Mkhulise. In fact, it's the baby. It's the 16-year-old, sweet 16, gets his first for Sundowns. The generosity of Peter Shalulile. And Siyabonga Mabena is on the score sheet for the first time in a Sundowns shirt. And it's all thanks to this man. Look how everybody's going to give him a hug. He's a big man, is Peter Shalulile. And a night to remember